Okay, today, in usual, we call this overcome difficulty in daily life. So every teaching try to connect it with this theme or title. And also today I selected few Kadamba masters advice. It quotes from Kadamba master. And then because we have a few guests here to part of introducing Buddhism briefly, and then also try to make it connected with our theme, daily difficult or overcome difficulty in daily life. Okay, so most of you knows I don't need to be introduced to Buddhism, but as I said, we have a few guests need to be introduced briefly Buddhism, and then actually when I introduce Buddhist, it should be quotes from the Buddha himself. But until this morning, I didn't think, and then also there are many of the Buddha's teachings do not translate yet. And this is what I'm presenting right now. It's not conflict. It's exactly what Buddha taught it. So all these Kadamba master are Tibet. They are Tibetan and who follow Atisha. Atisha is one of the Indian great master. And then it was 11 centuries, in 11 centuries. So their master, Kadamba masters, their speech, their talks are very powerful. So therefore I quoted from their text. So the first spiritual mentor, Chengawa. Chengawa is again one of the Kadamba master. And then Chengawa talks to his follower, give the following teaching to the assembly of his disciple in general. Why I say in general, right? In general, when master talks, the talks based on their disciple capacity. Sometimes they talks profound, sometimes they talks like tantra, sometimes they talks easy way, like a simple. So that's depend on who disciple is. So they have some individually talks, therefore we say in general, in the public, which is suitable for everyone. Yes. So in general, if you were to condense all the teaching, all the three scripture basket, all the three scripture basket, as you know, I'm going to explain again. So all this Buddha's teaching is embodied or concluded on the three scripture, right? Teaching are three scripture. The three scripture are like a the three scripture are the sutra and then Abhidharma, which is Sanskrit language, and also Vinaya, also the Sanskrit language. The Vinaya talks more ethics and morality things, morality practice, and Abhidharma talks more wisdom, the practice, and then Sutra talks more concentration practice. So all these three scripture, all this practice are combined in three: morality, concentration, wisdom. Therefore, all Buddha teaching is embodied on these three subjects. Therefore, teachings are combined in three. So there's the three scripture basket. And the two vehicle is talking about the practitioner. The practitioner has a two vehicle. One is Theravada's, one is Mahayana. The Mahayana practitioner and Theravada practitioner. Tibetan, Chinese, Japanese, Korean, Korea. These are the Mahayana followers, Mahayana practitioners. And then Sri Lanka, Thailand, Cambodia, these are Theravada practitioners. So there are two different practitioners, the Mahayana practitioner and Theravada practitioner. We are Mahayana practitioner. So therefore, there are three scriptural baskets and two vehicle. They would be embodied in the two, refraining from harming others and helping others. This is the essence of Buddha's teaching. If you ask me, give me one word to describe the Buddha teaching, then I can say compassion. Compassion is the very essence of Buddha's teaching. And then it's compassion that's a little bit collaborate, extends. Okay. So a little bit make it more like a extensive. Then it says refrain from harming others, and then helping others. This is the every practice, every single Buddhist practice include compassion, loving kindness, so on, so on. All this morality practice, concentration practice, wisdom practice. And then all these three practices are saying here embodied in two: refrain from harming others and helping others. This is the very essence of Buddha's teaching. And then our Buddha's teaching, again here, all these practice are included in these two. Either you are refraining from harming others, or you have to do helping others. Okay. And then again here saying to put these two into practice, forbearance is critical. Sorry, the forbearance is critical. For without forbearance, you will retaliate against what's that? Against the harm that inflict upon you. And when this happens, you do not turn away from causing harm. Without this forbearance, there's no helping others. Because if you do not have a forbearance, you are not turning away from harming to others, there's no way to help others. So the success is in your Dharma practice, forbearance is the essential again, right? So this time, we needed the more practice of forbearance for yourself, for others, for not harming to others, for helping others. The forbearance is the important part. So, and then, yeah, actually, I'm not really talks here, the forbearance practice. If you really want to need to know more details, I can recommend it to Shantideva text. Shantideva is one of Indian master. His textbook called the guide, the way of the guide, with the way of the Bodhisattva.
There's many different ways to say it, but the way of the Bodhisattva.
Yeah, the way of the Bodhisattva or guide to Bodhisattva, something like that. There are many chapters. And
Yeshua?
Yes.
Sorry, the link to the book is on the Overcoming Difficulties page.
Okay, yeah, good to know. So in this, it has a 10th chapter, and then the patience, forbearance, talks on chapters 6. So you can go there and then read more, and then you can follow it. So okay, so as we, whether we are Buddhist or not, this best practice is suitable for everyone, refraining from harming others, right, and helping others. This is the you can say also it's mm, what word there? My mind is not really works. Atheist. There another word we call atheist. Atheist.
You're trying to say like a phrase that defines those two lines?
No. So it is suitable for everyone, believer or non-believer. Okay. So therefore, we should engage this, and then it's also linked to the forbearance practice, because without forbearance practice, couldn't do these two practice. For me, it's very much makes sense, because it's clearly saying without forbearance or patience practice, you will not turn away from harming to others, right? And then there are no way helping others. So the both are not happening. So okay. So this is the part of introduce what is Buddhism, what is Buddhist. Related with it, look at the last line. It's from the 400 stanza of Aryadeva. Aryadeva is one of Indian master, Nagarjuna's student, and then his textbook called 400 stanza. In 400 stanza saying, in brief, the Dhargey explained virtue as non-violence and emptiness as a nirvana. Here they are the only two, these two. This is not complete than above what the mentor Chenga was saying. Yeah. Yeah, mentor Chenga was said it. So I don't know the translated exactly translate this one or not, but it's saying in brief, in brief, Tathagata explained. This is in brief, Tathagata explained. Same as like in brief, Buddha's teaching. There are two things: not harming others, right? And then what call wisdoms. Your view is concluded in two: view and practice, right? The view should be goes with the emptiness, practice should be non-violence. So that's two, it's explain view and the practice. This is same as like what Chengawa saying it. Okay, again, this is the part of try to explain what is Buddhism and how we should practice. Then how we should follow someone. If we need to do practice, you have to find either someone can lead you the practice, someone teach you the practice, right? Someone can teach you the practice. Then who you going to choose, right? So the teacher or who you are leading you the practice or who taught you. So there, again, if you need more detail, there we have a Lamrim textbook, and then we have there are many different textbooks, but I don't think it is translated in English. The Lamrim is translated in English, which I know it. It has a lot of detail about that to master, teacher. So, but here, this is the essential, because time period, it's good to know this. This is very enough. This is very practical. The first one say, this is said by the Kadamba master Trolungpa, right? It's a Tolungpa. It's not a Tolungpa. It's Trolungpa. Trolungpa said, Geshe Trolungpa said, if you aspire for liberations from your heart, right, sincerely, seriously, if you really want to be liberated from suffering, if you really take like the liberation practice serious, then said, follow after the discipline rather than the learned. Follow after the practitioner rather than the preacher. Follow after the humble rather than the high. Follow after the friends with faith rather than the friends with intelligence. We are not pitiful because we lack the knowledge of the teaching. We are so because of befriending people who do not act in accord with the Dharma. So this is also another very practical and powerful advice for us to whom should we follow if we want to do practice, right? So far we do opposite. We follow more who learn instead of discipline it, instead of who doing this practice, because we are too much looking at the title. We are too much looking at the name. So that makes us drive to the, this drives us to like follow to wrong. So, but it means it's not really talks about black and white, okay? It's not saying every learner are not disciplined, every learner are not practitioner. There are many learner, great practitioner, and there are many discipline has good knowledge, very learned. It goes together with the people. But here saying, if you more focus the people who discipline it, it's really said, it's if you more focus, people do more morality practice or discipline it. Yeah, this is good word to say. Focus rather than learn. That's the, if you have a choice in these two, then you should choose more disciplined practitioner, or like the person who really disciplined. That's what you should more follow. That could be learner, right? But at least it's not learning, but you can learn more practical things. You know, learner who are not disciplined,
Instead of saying learner, say the learned.
learn it.
Those who are learned.
Oh, I see. Okay. Okay, learn it. So, and then the people who have only have knowledge, well known about whatever they talk, and they are not really practicing, they are not really disciplined. So then, as give you a lot of detail and information, but same time, we will have confused what I should do now. How can practice now? If you follow more disciplined person, then you can learn. Even they are no wood, even they are not connected each other, you can learn a lot. You can learn practical things. Whatever you learn, it is makes meaningful. If you follow more disciplined instead of learn it. So this is the two different, right? But we are more follow who learn it. because learned has a certificate. Discipline not necessary, right? So that certificates makes us to believe. Certificates makes us to trust. Not necessary, right? Certificate not necessary. So the we have another way to analyze it, but okay, this is good to know actually. Yeah, this is enough. So and then next one saying the follow after the practitioner rather than the preacher. Yeah. So what's different? Again, it's not saying these two are like
Mutually exclusive.
yeah, these two are mutually. It's not saying mutually exclusive, because again, one person can have those, the preacher and practitioner, right? So, but the some practitioner is not preacher. Some preachers are not practitioner. If you meet kind of like that person, then you should more follow the preacher instead of allow practitioner instead of preacher. That's the same. So same as like above and below, the about disciplined not really talks a lot. Practitioner not really talks a lot, right? Not really show up a lot. So who's a lot of showing up and talks? It's not necessary practitioner and disciplined. So in general, for so far my experience, who I meet a great practitioner, not really talks a lot. They are more calm and quiet, and then once times comes, they try not miss that. When the times comes to talk, they talks. Not the every single time talks, right? So therefore, the practitioner again, as you learn more, you can learn more from disciplined. Same, you can learn more from practitioner. So therefore say follow after the practitioner rather than the preachers. And then next one say follow after the humble rather than the high. We do exactly opposite. We always follow to high. I can give you one example. In New York, Radha Kyongla Rinpoche is very humble, great practitioner, teacher. Same as our Rinpoche. See, they are not really famous in the West. They're not really famous in the West, right? So because they're being more humble, they're not really show up. They're not really act that I know a lot. They're not really act that so like a practitioner, great practitioner, and knowledgeable. So therefore, that's not really. So far, my understanding is not really famous. Compare who is really famous, because they're humble, and people don't like to be followed to who humble. People more follow to who highest, who have a higher rank, who have a higher title and name, and who teach higher things. The highest makes us, the higher of the term of highest, make us to follow. And so right now, the compassion bodhicitta in the Buddhist practitioner, here in the West and East, both the compassion, loving kindness, bodhicitta practice, that not really what call take it's important, but is there something higher tantra teachings? Then everyone's run out to follow to higher like a tantra practice or tantra teaching. So this is dependent on how we explain it. If we explain, okay, tantra teaching is not really essential. It's not really high. The bodhicitta is high. Then there might be people everyone's follow to the bodhicitta again, right? So we are the wrong way to follow and wrong choosing things. Of course, highest, we have to reach the highest. But if you really want to reach the highest, to go step by step, because we don't have a wing to fly to get the highest things, right? So the highest always has that kind of requirement. Highest always has that kind of, I'm talking about part of teaching, which we when say higher teaching, then everyone's interesting. And then say, okay, mind training, not really interesting, but the mind training brings you more like a help, benefit at the moment than tantra, right? Because most of practitioner, yes, some practitioner, they really think the long term goal, you know, that their future goal, even their future is a long-term goal. They think that, and they do practice step by step. But if you do not think your long-term goal, like achieving enlightenment, if you only think peaceful in this life, tantra not really help. Tantra not help you to having peaceful life in this life. Practically help you forbearance, patience, compassion, loving kindness, bodhicitta, renunciation, and so on, so on. That's not really we recommended. It's high, right? If your goal is like enlightenment, it's a long-term goal. We must practice tantra, followed by instruction again, the step by step. If you are not really thinking long-term goal, don't have to run after the highest tantra practice. Then you are not really do practical, as you're wishing to have peaceful life in this lifetime, but you are try to practice, try to learn, which is not really directly help you at the moment. Okay, so let's say, figure the humble, we can also learn a lot from humble. Right? Even in this life, like having more peaceful life, we can learn more from humble, practical things. So there was a follow after the humble rather than the highest. Okay? And then last one says, follow after the friends with the faith rather than the friends with the intelligence. Again, it's the same. It's mutually inclusive. It possible to mutually inclusive that the friends with the faith and intelligence. But someone just have a strong faith, not really intelligence. Someone has intelligence, not really faith. So, and then within these two more follow the faith. That keeps your like a spirituality strong. Intelligence again, who do not have a strong faith, that could be makes you more confused. They are really sharp mind, intelligence. They can talk many different They can give very good reason, but same time makes us confused, right? The people who have a faith not makes us confused. Okay, so it's a follow after the friends with the faith rather than the friends with the intelligence. So makes your environment better. If you do if you want to do compassion practice, for example, you want to do compassion practice, that your environment should be stay with which can help you, supported you to increase your compassion, develop your compassion, right? So someone say, oh, some intelligence might say, okay, compassion is not really helpful and this and that. They might have a lot of reason, right? Some reason is suitable for something, but that reason not suitable for everything, right? So that reason which is suitable for something, that makes us to trust, because it makes sense, because may reason that makes match with something. But we have to have good reason which is matched with everything. It's not the something. So that will be help us. So that intelligence could be makes you more confused. So that therefore saying your environment should be more who can support you to develop the compassion. Okay. Okay. Now I say we are not pitiful because we lack the knowledge of the teachings. So we are so because of the befriending people who do not act accord with the Dharma. Okay, so these parts are teaching us if you really want to do practice above one, who should you follow? You know, and again, I was saying it's very practical. Okay, and then the next one is as from your own side, how should do. So your own side, the above one is saying you follow to someone, but yourself, how to do yourself to doing above practice. So then you need it says it's good to have that kind of quality to doing above practice. Again, this is one of the Kadama master called Puchungwa. Puchungwa is the one of Kadama master. His advice to us is saying, greater is the bliss of eliminating sensual desire than the bliss of what called? Indulging them. Okay. Greater is the bliss of eliminating sensual desire than the bliss of indulging them. So, okay, for your own, it's also your own kind of like okay. I think yes, it makes it more quality. So your own quality has to be like that. It will be makes you better the practice about one. So the sensual desire, yes. Now this is simple example. I very much like this example, which is also Nagarjuna said that example. Um, um, uh, When you're scratching in your wound, will be some pleasure there, but better not have a wound, will be more pleasure there. So that's the Nagarjuna said it. So our essential desire is like that. Once we have a wound, when itching it, then it's scratching. It's some pleasure there, right? But it's not really gives you 100% pleasure. It's some pleasure there. But better once you do not have any kind of wound, it's much better pleasure than you are scratching on the wound. So then that's the same example that our the scratching on the wound is the pleasure of desire. That you pleasure you get from desire or attachment. But there another pleasure there without desire like a attachment. We would be much better than the pleasure which brings through by the desire. But we might don't have experience the other pleasures without desire. The without desire, whenever you have the pleasure, it's a remaining longest. It's like a whenever you think, always you can rejoice. Always you can be happy on that. But the pleasure which desire brings by desire, it's not always brings you happy. So it's like it's a changeable. It's a change, right? So that's just one simple way to think different between desire, the pleasure by desire and pleasure by non-desire. So that's the saying. And then next line is, greater it is know a single meaning than to know many words. Yeah, it's not really said you do not study a lot, right? Whatever you study it, try to understand clear meaning, right? Through by contemplating wisdom. So if you not really understand clear meaning, just more follow whatever other people said it. It's just you are more knowing word instead of meaning, you know. Know a single meaning. Know a single meaning is not talking about hearer wisdom. As you know, we have three kind of wisdom, right? So it's not talking about the hearer wisdom. It's more talking about the contemplating wisdom. So how much is you study it, that much if you should have a contemplating wisdom and the understanding meaning by the contemplating wisdom. That's you will have like a unfallible trust. That makes you have unfallible trust. Just here, what's that? What's that? Infallible trust. So here wisdom not really brings you infallible trust. It can change again. So therefore, it's really said, know a single meaning means, yes, instead of having like a lot of knowledge by many words by hear wisdom, to good to have understanding single meaning by the contemplating wisdom. That's how it says. Otherwise, if you not say that, and then the Lamrim, in Lamrim recently we read it, the wisdom, perfection of wisdom, how much is encouraging us to study it more and study it more, right? So of course, the study it is the very important, never stopped, you know, until enlightened, never stop to study it, continue study it. But whatever you study it, you should know by the contemplating wisdom. That's the way missing it. Then we just holding just hear wisdom, as that not become a very strong for your practice. whatever, like I say, compassion and love kindness, bodhicitta, whatever we learn, become a not really strong to become for our practice, because we are missing that contemplating wisdom. Okay, this is the meaning here. To know single meaning to the many words. Okay. And then next, greater are the benefit of giving teaching than the benefit of giving many material things. Yeah, the giving teaching brings you more benefit in temporary and long terms in future, but the giving materials is like more temporary helping it. So it's not really long-term helping it. So teaching will be help you long-term helping it. So that's therefore saying it's this is the what you are doing. And the next one saying okay. Greater is the fear of the suffering of future life than the fear of this life sufferings. Okay. It talks to who believe the future life and previous life, and also who it's more really the Buddhist actually for stronger Buddhist, you know. The Buddhist practitioner believe karma and future life and previous life. These two, if you are very strong faith and trust to karma, and same time you also believe future life and previous life, then you should more consider your future suffering, next life suffering instead of this life suffering. Because this life suffering is kind of like set it up. You know, our life is kind of set it up by the previous karma. And then next life suffering, still you have you on your hand to change it. It's not yet set it up. It's not yet produced yet. So therefore it's on your hand. As well as you are controlling it, you can save, have less suffering in the future life. So actually we like many of our like the monks and nuns and also the many of lay persons, they're really more concerning about their future life, and all they do like a recitation mantra. Simple people only who do not have that much knowledge, they do more recitation mantra. We have a knowledge, they meditate, and they do all these things practice for future or future life. So because they are strong belief on karma and future and previous life, right? So that's the I think this is more for Buddhist. And greater it is to resolve doubt without one's mind than doubt about outer meaning of words. Okay. So let's say right now our doubt it's more more resolved by the word. Actually, we have a doubt. Say, okay. Then, for example, again, tomorrow is raining or not raining. We have a doubt, and then Weather Channel said it is raining. People said it is raining, right? So then we trust, as our doubt is clear now. Because of people said it, because of Weather Channel said it. You know, and then let's say, okay, who is this teacher? How great is this teacher? And then someone said it, this teacher is very great. This religious is perfect. This practice is greater. This practice is higher. Then all your doubt is gone now. You just trust, you believe by people word. That's who we are. So, but when you engage the actual practice, you will know it's great or not great. So therefore, it's more, again, it goes with the contemplating wisdom. The contemplating wisdoms help you to resolve doubt within your own minds. If you listen to other, your doubt is cleaned by others, then you are not really resolved doubt by inner within your mind. It's not really you are cleared out by your own. It's let them clear your doubt, but never know it's right or wrong. So therefore say it's important to resolve doubt within your own minds. It's needed contemplating wisdom again, then doubt about outer meaning of words. So that's how we do. We are resolving doubt to outer meaning of words. Someone said it, we trust. Buddha said it, we trust. Teacher said it, we trust. Professor said it, we trust. Geshe said it, we trust. Reincarnation Lama said it, we trust. You are not resolved doubt within your own mind. It's let them clear your doubts. This is suitable for everyone. This is like also, everyone should follow that. Okay, these are how you need a quality to doing about practice. And then the Geshe Dolongpa said it, how you should follow to others. And these two makes your about practice much better, the Buddhist practice. Okay, so let's say, okay, we should take question then. It's the question answer. Do you have any question?
For the one about the befriending, is this just referring to friends or your teacher?
Your teacher could be Dharma friends, or your who study with you, or who are more brings you energy to do compassion practice. That's considered as Dharma friend.
But if I have friends from before I started the Dharma and they're not Buddhist, does that mean that
Doesn't matter so who Buddhist or not Buddhist, as well as they support you to do good things or right things, you can consider as good friends or Dhamma friends.
No, I'm just saying, if you have old friends who aren't supportive of you being good, is it better to not hang out with them?
On the contrary.
All friends.
Friends like that you had before, like perhaps she's Buddhist now, but before, like they were her friends, but now they're not exactly supportive of her being a Buddhist.
Oh, I see. Yeah, that's one side we said compassion for everyone. Another side we said stay away from people who are cause you more trouble and problem, right?
Yeah, because I've tried to distance myself without being rude to them.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to say. So if this two is not really conflict, yes, of course you should stay away from who is not really support you. It's not necessarily say Buddhist or it's not really support you to have good things. or benefiting things. But you are never let them go away from your compassion. You always hold it through compassion. Even if physically you are not contracting and you're not with them, but mentally you always hold them in your mind. This is how we do, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Okay, any other question? Or
I just
Hi, it's Jennifer. Oh, go ahead.
No, go ahead.
My question was about the intellect and faith, because I thought we're always supposed to use our reasoning to develop faith. I understand that if you get too like nitpicky, then you can erode your faith. But if you could just speak to that a little bit more.
Oh, okay. It's not really say the blind faith, but rather the faith. Friend with the faith means it's not really a blind faith. Yes, of course we should have a faith with the wisdom. But here, someone has a very intelligence, has a very good reason, have very good knowledge, but they do not have any trust on what they knows. That could be danger for us. Otherwise, we have to build it faith through by intelligence. Whether you are intelligent or not, at least we have to build through by the reason. So that needed. Then it is saying as I said earlier, it could be mutually inclusive. Yeah, mutually inclusive, both faith and intelligence, which is important, which is necessary. But some intelligence, they use all this intelligence with the wrong things. We call it, who have a wrong view. Even intelligence can have a wrong view, right? Intelligence is not really that Buddha talking about here. So intelligence could have a wrong view. Intelligence could be created something more harms to others. Intelligence could be teach you to wrong things. As like a Angulimala, who killed 999 person to get the Tham's mala. They meet with the wrong teacher, who is intelligence again. So, but the intelligence is lack of the faith with the wisdom, and then they will not have a really their own exceptional things. They always change it. What does mean here? Okay, let me think. Once you have a strong faith with the wisdom, whatever you are practicing, will be kept forever, because you have a strong faith with the wisdom to whatever you do practice. Intelligence who do not have a faith, it could be changed sometime. It cannot be continuous practice on one things. It's changing a lot. That changing a lot makes you more unreliable or confused. Therefore, not to rely on the friends who have intelligence. They could be changed a lot. But it's not saying never rely on the friends with intelligence. Yes, you could rely on the friends with intelligence who has faith with wisdom. That you can rely on. But people do not have a faith, their own trust, just have an intelligence, great wisdom. It's not reliable because they will change a lot their own by. Because they do not have any one faith. They change a lot, as well as they change light, and then makes us confused. Therefore, it's not reliable. I think it's saying that.
Thank you.
Oh, okay. Okay. Also, let me ask Geshe. Tana konsul dinane dido ibadi andadi Geshe Jangwa Sumstwa. Drog Sherab Jembawe, Devachin Chestango, Lastwa. What the DT suggestion Sarah Carroches? Trodi Sherab Chen le Deva Yugenji Chestango, Jumzenkares, Deva the Sherab Tene Chumavasi.
남주 요괴이 다지 미빈이 책임지다 남주 가로 여와 책임지다 실업지 무슨 일이지 나와라 진정이 남주 책임 미기 지수 장관 네 김모가서 말씀 남주 책임 모가서
Getting in Layo.
아니 지금 봐 이제 요괴 책임 진정이 이제 책임 미기 지수 장관 어디 실업지 한번에 기본도 교회를 배우고 있어 야 실업지 봐 실업지 지수 많아서 실업지 지수 장관이 이제 다음 대바스 다음 대바 메바스 해줘라 메바치 지수잖아 그 메바디 여기 되는 조시럽디 되게 앞에 필요한 거지 모두 메바다 이제 지금 맞지
메베도 조시럽 페게둘라나 대발라 되는 시럽 공부당 계시고
대바디 가서는 다 뭐부터 벌어야 돼 시럽지 봤을 때 몇년 지금이 공유기 어떻게 시럽 오분들이 남기 지금 정말 계지못 되는데 이는 대외적 세지가 그러면 이제 지금 밑에 나와디 아니 기라데네 아니 유대네 소소소 가다왔다 변도용한테라 아니 세가 띵주 시키게 됐어요 실업쟁이들이 딱제 제일 내고 토비지 전에 토바시가 배우고
Okay, Gisela said it. If you follow only intelligence, intelligence having more doubt and more doubt and more, never end with the doubt. So intelligence, when she thinks something and they have another doubt, and when she thinks something, they have another doubt. So the who have more faith or strong faith, like a faith with wisdom, they can clear more doubt. They can have, they will have a more pointed one, because that's what Gisela said. They will have more less doubt, and they have more point, and then it might help you to follow the faith with the friends. And also Gisela said, sometime, if you have a strong faith, it helped you, it supported you to develop your intelligence also. Okay, that's he said it.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Geshe?
Yes.
I have a question.
Who is
There are a
the
lot of
two
folks.
person again? Okay, is Laura? Gloria?
Yes. It's Laura.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Okay, so I know I have a lot of faults in my practice, laziness a big one. And but I have very strong faith, a very, very strong faith. But I doubt this one thing, and that is eating meat. And I know it has been said that as long as the animal is not killed for you, or you kill it, that it's okay. I have very strong doubts that you could be enlightened and eat meat. And I eat meat. I'm not a vegetarian. I wish I was. But I doubt that very much, that you could be enlightened and be a meat eater. What do you think?
It's you are asking based on would you like it, whatever you ask is just like a practical. It's good. One thing I wants to make clear, the way you ask is based on your what call, which you like is very much, right? So it could be, and sometimes brings you wrong. Okay, whatever. The eating meat in general is not good as you think, right? But if we use logic, that's always the same. If we use logic, so, and not eat the meat because harms to animal, don't build it the house because harms animal, don't dig it the mud because harms animal, do not grow the vegetable because harms insect, because do not grow the rice and all these weeds because harms to insect. Without killing insect, how will we have a vegetable and all these grand things?
Yes, I understand what you're saying, but I don't understand how that coincides with no harm.
Yeah.
And how can you?
So
It's
therefore,
just a confusion in my mind.
yeah. Therefore, what I'm doing is here. Also, I admit also, right? And never order to kill someone or try to not involve to kill animals. And what is technique? So you might say, if you do not eat the meat, they will not kill. Automatically, you are involved in who kill it. But I don't think it's necessary to think that way. It could be they are different. Let's say, okay, first give my direct answer. The direct answer is, when I buy the meat, not only one store, always change the store, many different store. If you become a very regular, like a customer in one store, they will target you as you coming to buy meat. That you are very much involved in the killing things. So if you buy every time different store, I'm saying only the meat, okay? The vegetable are the different. So the meat, if you buy with many different store, every time change the store, then they will not know you are the involved in this. They will not target you that, they will not get more like a pounds per in a store because of you coming. They will keep how much they regularly bring it. So that part, I think we are not involved because storing are not tracking us and then the butchers are not tracking us. In their thing, general, human might eat it, who never know. So if they know you are, then you are involved in eating, like a killing or harming. And then I wish same that every human being who lives in this earth do not eat meat. Then I will happily, totally stop it right away. And then even we eat meat, we can do very much less eat. And then buy with different store that I think not really involved in the harms. Otherwise, you do not eat vegetable, you are harming to insect. There's nothing to eat.
But does it cause negative karma, Geshe?
How? I'm not involved in the killing things, and how I cause negative karma.
Okay.
May I say something about that?
You're definitely welcome to say that.
I happened to involve with a Zen master in New York a while ago, and there was an issue about what was called killing for for desires to get something for your extra well-being, and also killing just to get what you need for your to survival, right? And that was the same question that she's asking. How do you know if you are creating a pain or not by killing another animal that might be also feeling the moment, right? So his question was direct, as you are trying to say. When you kill the animal, based on the fact that you are just going to utilize what you need, and you're not going to go over it. And when you kill the animal, you do it in an ethical manner. For example, when you kill a cow, if you go to Danbury, there are places in Danbury, and my friend has a farm up in, what's the name of the place up there in the lake? he to minimize the pain, what they do is they put a bullet right in the cow's forehead. So it's instant, it's easy, and it doesn't create that much pain. If we go by what I see, I think it will be a reasoning behind or what you need for your own survival versus what you go and buy so many types of different meats to just impress your friends or your families. That's how I see it.
Oh, okay, okay. Thank you. So,
Yeah, sure.
yes.
Jen, I don't see meat as essential to survival. It's for me, it's because I used to eat lots of meat and chicken and it brought me pleasure. I loved it. And I thought pleasure is not a positive thing. It should be limited. And even it would be wonderful to me if the whole world wouldn't eat meat, couldn't kill insects, didn't kill plants, but I can't change the world. I still feel, I hate seeing animals suffer, and I don't see, or killing, even if it's a bullet to the head. I don't want to change anyone else because I respect other people. But isn't it for pleasure? Without meat, you can very well sustain yourself.
Yeah, I totally agree with you. Yeah, totally agree with you. Without meat, we can have that many pleasure food. This is very true. So I grew up in South India, and most of South Indian are they have a many different caste. So Burmese caste are never eat meat, any kind of meat, and then but they have a many delicious food. I always, whenever go India, I eat more like they call thali or meals. They once you eat the thali, they have like a 6-7 different kind of the vegetables, and there are different tastes. They are there. If we eat always like this, we don't need a meat. Actually, I always feel, oh well, we don't need a meat for eating it. We don't need a meat for eating that. So yeah, so that is very true. I agree. But one hope is here. One hope. But I'm not really researched it. A little bit knowing that others. In the world, people get a little bit less who eat meat. That gives us hope. It's possible never eat meat. So yeah. But
The Dalai
we
Lama,
are eating meat, yes, we are always should pray for the who sacrifice these things. Even you are not involved for killing things. Yes.
may I say, but the Dalai Lama, when he came to Stanford the day before the day before he went to the center in 2012, he was invited to Salvatore's steakhouse downtown, Bennett's Salvatore, and he was offered meat and he ate meat. So
yes.
My question is, why he said that he does eat sometimes meat, but it's his choice now to eat more, a very good explanation about what if, So why create these differences of what if you choose to be a meat eater, that's your choice, and you try to be ethical about it. If you eat your plant-based diet, that's also your choice. So it's like going back to, why do we have to be worried about if my best friend is Muslim or Christian and that's very well to me, he's kind to me, why I'm going to distance that person away from me because he's not practicing the Buddhism teaching. I mean, I consider myself a non-Buddhist practitioner, but I like the kindness, I like the love for other people, and I try not to create distances. I actually try to very humble way of interpreting what I really try to accomplish in life, which is being kind, being loving, being not only a preacher, but do the work basically.
We understand clear what is it. Okay. Yeah. So that's this is like a really big big topic to take a lot of time for discussions, ending things. It is a big topic. And Dalai Lama eats meat when he came from Tibet. That is how we survive in Tibet. And then there are many reasons. But after he came to India, he tried to stop. He stopped meat, and then again he got sick. Doctor recommended him again to eat meat. So, and then I don't think right now he is eating meat. He stopped it. And same, our Rinpoche, Khyentse Rinpoche, I think almost like now 5 years. He not eat meat. It's a 5 years now. Therefore, but he still have a very good health. Therefore, I think, this is actually big topic. And then conclusions from my suggestion is, try not involve in any killing animal, and then eat less meat or never eat meat will be the great. Eat less meat or try not involve. The number one, try not involve in the killing on the animal. That's, the buying meat from different store every time with the health. That's the, and then less eating meat will help. This is the best like a thought solutions, right? Okay. Anyone else has any question?
Geshe, it's Judy. I have a question.
Hi, Judy. How are you?
I'm doing well. Thank you very much.
Good.
The last one, greater is it to resolve doubts within one's mind than doubts about outer meanings of words. I would like you to speak a little bit about more the doubts within one's mind.
Yeah, doubts within one's mind means you have to doubt more clear by your own contemplating wisdom. So here wisdom will be not help you to resolve the doubt, but temporarily might have that, okay, now it is that you might think you know now. And then when you're contemplating it, then you will find more things you don't know. Then doubt is still remaining there. So therefore, resolve doubt within one's mind means that one's mind is contemplating wisdom. That clear, doubt cleared by your own contemplating wisdom, not just you hear from others.
So the contemplating wisdom is if you just sit and mindfully think about the topic. And you are
not mindfully with the analysis. Yeah, contemplating is you are more analyzing. So again, said enlightenment is the goal. And you are more analyzing what is enlightenment based on what the text describes, and you should think it's possible or not. And then with the many reason thinking again and again and again. So once you have a very clear doubt that, okay, enlightenment is very possible. Enlightenment exists. So if you have that kind of belief, trust by contemplating wisdom, then your doubt is forever gone. You will never have a doubt again in enlightenment is possible or not. But if you are doubt clear by someone said it, yes, enlightenment is possible because Buddha said it, Lama Tsongkhapa said it. Then maybe in the future sometime, some other people might say, not really enlightenment is possible because of this and that, all giving reason. then it's change your doubt. I mean, like it's change your mind. Then you have a doubt again for enlightenment. That's possible. Because your doubt more clear by someone said it, not just you think it. That's the saying here.
Okay. All right. Thank you, Geshe.
It's clear?
Yes, it is.
Okay, okay.
Thank you.
So, any question? Nikki, did you find any question?
No, not specifically. I wish I could think of a good one.
Okay, is this help, the teachings to understand Buddhism?
I think it's been very interesting, and I love this conversation, the side conversation about the eating meat as well. But I think that this has been very interesting. I think that my class and my students, which I know I have at least 4 in attendance, are probably also finding this very interesting. And thank you very much for having us.
Okay, good to know. So thank you.
Yeah, so I have a question. It's John. So,
okay, John, can I take 1 minute before you ask question? So Gita wants to say something.
Yes, yes.
Okay, I will ask you back. Okay. Thank you. Oh, okay, that's good to know. Yeah. Okay. 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 So Geshe said, once you eat meat, also we have one mantra. Before we eat the meat, we recite it 7 times or 21 times. On Birakeze Humpe. On Birakeze Humpe. Then we have the mantra. If you recite mantra and blow the meat 1 time, it will be benefit for that animal. That's it says in text, or Geshe remind. This is also good.
Is the benefit for the animal for a higher
benefit to animal to liberate rebirth better?
And is it, if an animal suffers, is it karma that he or she was meant to suffer?
Of course, when animals are suffering, they experience the suffering. That's their own karma. And then who killing them, who are causing them suffering, they are the condition to let them ripen their own karma.
Thank you. I'm confused. I'm not here.
I understand. I
respect you highly.
Yeah. So the best things, if you're really confused, we all clear that eating meat is wrong. That's clear, right? They're no more confused that eating meat is wrong. And as well as you try to stop yourself and other, this is the best way to do it.
Try to stop myself?
Yeah, try to stop yourself to eat meat.
Oh, I don't.
And then try to stop the other if you could. you know, with the explain, that's also good things to do it. So there are no more doubt.
Well, I can't stop the whole world, and I think I'm disrespecting other people. They would get very angry if I went and said my beliefs about this.
This is, you know, you have only 2 hands, 2 eyes. You do not have 1,000 arms.
No.
Do not expect it that I can make all the world happy.
Oh.
Impossible. It's impossible making every world happy. Even who nears to you, you try best, not become happy everyone at the same time, even one attitude. Someone makes happy, someone not. So, but we have a conditional, limited power, limited potential, limited body and mind. That much our result will be the limited.
Oh, I know. Yeah.
So how much you can, as well as we have a limited base, then you do something that's good. Yeah, we wish and pray that all world stop to meet. That's more we can wish, we can pray. Do not expect it. Expect it, you can stop, or someone can stop it.
I know I can't expect it.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you.
Well, thank you.
Yeah. Okay, John.
Oh, Geshe, I was just going to ask, you know, based on the you know, evidence that science presents that you know, raising cattle you know, severely contributes, is a big component of global warming, the methane gas. I mean, how much should that knowledge be brought into the conversation, you know, based on you know, the ethical principle of not harming animals?
Yeah, this is important. You know, I thought as also this is big like a topic. Therefore, it's related with the many things.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
So that's a good thing to point out, right?
Yes, yes. And then part of global warming, what is really, I always like mention it, that's my thought, our greedy is not only for meat, there are many other things.
Right.
So now as a lockdown or shutdown, it might a lot of help global warming. So this is one opportunity.
Right. Exactly.
Okay. Okay. Thank you then, everyone.
Thank you.
Yes, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Geshe.
Okay. Have
Thanks,
a
Geshe.
nice weekend and then be safe. Okay.
Stay well.
Yeah.
Thank you, Jessica.
Thank you. Bye.
Thank you.
Thank you, Geshe. Thank you, everybody.
Bye.
Thank
Bye.
you, everyone.
Thank you.
Thanks,
Cheers.
Geshe.